So yes, there are around ministerial delegations from over 40 countries also present, along with the important heads of state. Emmanuel Macron also expected later in his visit to New Delhi for attending this very impactful India AI Impact Summit. And to help us understand what's going on at the summit, we have with us in the studio Kshitij Jain, Chief Operating Officer, Blue Machines. Blue Machines is focused on building cutting-edge technologies and deploying voice AI agents across enterprises. So Kshitij, welcome to DD India. First of all, before we get into the details, would you agree that a global discourse on the impact of AI on the world, which the India AI Impact Summit is all about, was urgently needed?
No, absolutely. Firstly, thank you for having me. And I think, as you said, this was definitely urgently needed. The reason being that, India has grown leaps and bounds in terms of the progress it has made in the past year on AI across all layers of the innovation stack. And what has been really helpful is that, to have a global stage like the India AI Impact Summit, for all of us working on innovative technologies that not only help Indian enterprises and Indian customers, but also we're building from here for the world. I think all of these technologies, it's a great stage for all of us to showcase, not only to Indians, but also all the dignitaries and leaders that are coming from all over the world.
Okay, tell us more about Blue Machines and some of the major benefits of AI that it is showcasing to the world at the India AI Impact Summit.
So Blue Machines largely focuses on offering voice AI agents to enterprise customers. What this basically means is that a lot of voice processes are actually invisible to us as individual customers. You may be getting a sales call, you may be getting a support call, and many a times now you might actually be talking to an AI agent that is trying to qualify your interest, that is trying to understand the problem that you're facing today. And these are the things that Blue Machines powers for quite a few industries and quite a few sectors in India. This includes banking, financial services, insurance companies. We're working in education, in health, BPOs, quite a few sectors that are being powered through this invisible AI.
Okay, the invisible AI. What are the impediments in implementing this invisible AI? I'm sure there must be some queries that the AI agent, so to say, would not be able to address. So what is being done to, incorporate AI in a more holistic manner, yet be aware of the risks that it poses?
Yeah. See, I think, it's very easy for us to have a very creative conversation with AI when we are using it personally, ChatGPT or other tools that many of us use. But when you're deploying this in an enterprise setting, there's a lot of things that we need to take care about, right? You need to make sure that not only 70-80% of the conversations are going well, but rather 99.9% of accuracy is delivered. Now, this involves a few different steps. I think one is to deliver it very reliably and within guardrails. So, a lot of our customers are in regulated sectors. Our government agencies like SEBI, IRDAI, and others have set certain norms. So we have to make sure that the conversations that the AI agents are having are well within the guardrails of what the enterprise permits. Secondly, I would say there is a very strong context layer that is important. Within enterprises, there's different, knowledge bases, there's different systems where data flows from one system to the next one. So for us, it's very critical that we are not really having these voice AI agents run in silos, but they're actually very embedded inside the enterprise workflows. So the customers, when they actually receive the calls, these feel very, very natural, and these feel as if,
talking to a human.
Talking to a human.
All right. But would I know that I'm talking to an AI voice agent? Is it mandatory for the AI voice agent to, in your startup, to say that I am an AI voice agent and you're talking to me and I'm here to help and assist you? Is it mandatory?
So the guidelines and regulations on disclosures and transparency are actually evolving as we speak. I believe there was some guideline that came out.
Yes, those were issued, and those were for labeling AI content on the online platforms.
That's right.
Of course, so that misinformation can be targeted.
Absolutely. So similarly, I think for us, it's very important to stay within these security and compliance guardrails. I think as of today, a lot of times the AI agents introduce themselves as digital assistants to be, handling your airline query or other customer
related queries. Yeah. So you think we need certain, certain requirements where this should be made mandatory in the times to come? Because I need to know if I'm talking to a human or an AI agent.
Yeah.
All right. How soon can we expect AI to significantly impact, beneficially impact activities on a pan-India level? Let's be realistic. We still have corners and pockets in India where internet access is limited and things like that.
Yeah, see, I think, we are hoping that the adoption curve across India is very, very fast. We've seen waves of smartphone adoption before, UPI adoption before, and I think what we are observing is that AI adoption is actually following a faster curve. So essentially for us, it's critical that the enterprises we are serving, the technology that we are building, it's accessible not only in urban centers, but also in rural areas. So, but a lot of times the entrepreneurs like the ones that are present at the India AI Impact Summit, they're all challenging the status quo and trying to reach out to as many people as possible across the country. Voice is a very interesting medium in that manner. We believe that a lot of India may not be very comfortable with chat as a way of communication, challenges with reading, etc. But as WhatsApp introduced its voice note feature, we've seen that a lot of Indians like to communicate over voice as a medium. So that's why for us that's the dominant mode of communication, and now you're able to offer this at scale.
Okay, we wish you the very best as the India AI Impact Summit continues. Thank you very much, Kshitij. Kshitij Jain, COO, Blue Machines, with us in the studio.
Thank you.